Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So, you really liked the last video I did of me reading 442 magazine. So this is an ASMR magazine reading of football magazine or soccer if you're in the US or also. And we're going to just flick through 442. This is issue 359. So things featured today, we've got Harry Kane, because quite a lot of the articles are related to Brits abroad. So it starts off talking about Harry Kane, it's his life in Germany, starring Sausages, Lederhosen and Thomas Müller. Chris Wardle talks about his time playing for Marseille. If I'd been French, I'd have won 100 caps. And then other things, Kanchelskis, one of my favourite footballers, Mongolia, Gualtieri, don't even know who that is, Greatness Rise and Fall. Lots of, I may have bought it because there's lots of Welsh players mentioned this month, or week, I can't remember how often they go out. Dean Saunders, goat sacrifice in Turkey. I think I know the story behind this. We've got Bellingham playing for Real Madrid. It says Bale, Gaza, Bellingham, the greatest Brits abroad. And they do a top 20. So we'll have a little look at that as well. See if you can guess where Bale is. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's meant to help you relax and fall asleep, so that's why I'm whispering like a weirdo. Okay. 5 things you learn inside. Which team was the first to be eliminated from the 2026 World Cup? Oh, do I know the answer to this? It's either someone in Oceania or the CONCACAF region. Oh no, it's Asia as well. Maybe it's like... I think I'll have a guess at that. Which fans greeted their old boss with a tifo of a rat being hanged? Which player Jack Charlton tried to throttle after a 5-all draw at KPR? Which team forgot their boots for an away game at Rangers? Which legend was meeting a Saudi royal when Al-Qaeda bombed Riyadh? Oh God. Okay, so we've got Dean Saunders. At the top there we got Barcelona Collection, we've got Man City, we've got Newcastle, Harry Kane. An England top, Gretna Green, Son, Jude Bellingham, Kanchelskis by the looks of it, fresh-faced and young, Hibs, and that's Ince playing for Inter Milan. 56 was that. Mongolia, there we are, so first time. Mongolia out to the World Cup. We headed to Ulaanbaatar to see their 2026 dreams dashed. Legend Dean Saunders. If you don't watch the Welsh international matches, they often have Dean doing the commentary. At Galatasaray, they slit a goat's throat in front of us, then handed everyone a cup of blood. I said to Brad Friedel, what's going on? When a teenage Dean Saunders made his debut for Swansea in the 2nd Division, it's my team, Swansea City, it probably seemed unlikely that a decade later he'd be playing for Galatasaray with Mike Marsh and Barry Venison. But life moves in mysterious ways. So it's a big long interview with Dean Saunders. This is one for Villa fans. If Daly and Atkinson had been fit, Villa would have won the Premier League. It's quite shocking that they haven't. It seems how massive a club they are. Of course, here's Vinnie Jones turning out for Wales there. Every time I see him I think of him playing that like 5 games for Wales or something. one of his lows. 1993 was I think it was about 3 weeks ago was the anniversary of this. In a Wales side that just misses out on World Cup qualification. It was against Romania. Oh God. So this is the famous story about, I didn't realise Dean Saunders was there. Graham Souness, Scottish manager, former player for Liverpool. So it said Graham stuck the flag in the centre circle, ran past and said, "All the best." I think there was some story that, was he the Galatasaray? I thought he was the Besiktas manager. Where's this story? Okay, one for the Turkish subscribers. How did it feel to score against Galatasaray's bitter rivals Fenerbahce and win the Turkish Cup, prompting Graham Souness's iconic flag planting in the centre circle? Alright, so he was Galatasaray's manager. The first leg at home was at home at the Ali Sami Yen, and I scored a penalty as we won 1-0. Then we went to their stadium, and they beat us 1-0. We went to extra time, and I scored in the 116th minute, a screamer. Where the camera was, it looked like I meant it, but I sliced it, and it went in the top corner. Laughs. We won, then went to celebrate with our fans. Fenerbahce fans were gutted that they'd lost in their own stadium in the 116th minute. There was silence until Graham Souness ran to the centre circle and stuck the Galatasaray flag there to rub salt in the wound. He ran past me on the way off saying, "All the best. I was proud to play for Galatasaray. If you go on holiday there and mention that you know me, you might get a free drink. They treated me brilliantly." Oh. So there we are, all my Turkish subscribers. One of your greatest players. It played for my hometown. Started his football in my hometown. So, Sir Bobby Charlton. Oh, I see, he's talking about the Munich air crash on February the 6th, 1958. Just 20 years old, Charlton regards himself as fortunate to have emerged with only a few cuts to the head. Shocked, he remained in hospital for a week. The two Charlton brothers there. Is this... where's he from? Is he from Leeds? Ashington. Greeted by thousands of people while sat in an open-top Rolls-Royce, Sir Bobby would be honoured as Europe's finest player that year, beating World Cup top goalscorer Eusebio to the Ballon d'Or by just one vote. An article on Gilles Breach. Oh no, by Gilles Breach. The TNT Sports presenter explains why Chelsea and Poch are a perfect match. It is starting to work out actually, isn't it? Pochettino is personable, with natural warmth and an energy to drive success. Yeah, I was saying on a video I recorded yesterday, the midweek results, but I'd just did it on the Premier League, and I said he's going to have a bit of an issue when his more high-profile players get fit again. Where are they going to fit into the team if it's working already? This is by Izzy Christensen. Games that changed my life. Estonia 0, England 8. Beating USA 1-0. Man City beating Birmingham and Lyon beating Barcelona in the Champions League final. Oh, I never did do that quiz. I should have done the quiz. Meanwhile, in Saudi Arabia, Al Nassr fans created a banner for their star man, Javier Hernandez. What? As Piers Morgan worked out several years ago, flattery will get you everywhere with Cristiano Ronaldo. Repeatedly tell him he's better than Lionel Messi and you can have all the exclusive interviews you want. Hell, he'll even be so willing to talk to you that he'll get himself booted out of Old Trafford for the privilege. Understandably then, Al Nassr fans employed the same sort of tactics recently in an attempt to endear themselves to their star man. Marking CR7's 200th cap for Portugal, supporters came up with a special tifo for their Saudi Pro League clash with Damac, stroking the winner's planetary-sized ego by depicting him as a superhero. Quite why he more closely resembled LA Galaxy striker Javier Hernandez is more of a mystery. Perhaps it was a secret message that they want to pin off Ronnie and sign Chicharito. Or maybe they wanted to make Ronaldo look nearly a full decade younger than his actual 38 years old. Oh, that's the second one that we wanted to look for. Okay, I see you're still mad. When Geir Bakke quit Lillestrøm to become boss of fellow Norwegian club Vålerenga earlier this year, it's fair to say the fans didn't take it well. So that's him being hanged as a rat. Norway was not the country I was expecting this from. The debate, would you be in favour of scrapping VAR completely? Personally, no. I just think it needs to be used for... Well, actually the yes vote was 56%. I think that it is good for things like that obviously get missed in the heat of the moment. Like, for example, thinking of the Thierry Henry handball against Ireland. I was reading about a goal that basically wasn't a goal, it was given, and the ball didn't go in the back of the net, it was like, it hit the side netting, and I think there was a hole in the side netting or something, so stuff like that I think you need it for. But I think in general it can be used far less than it's currently being used. It doesn't need to be checking everything that's going on, for the first thing. The second thing is, I think the rules need to be sorted out. What is handball anymore? Just like, handball is literally everything. If I were a striker, I would be literally aiming for the defender's hands because it is given 100% of the time now, isn't it? My Football by Guy Mowbray, York City. The commentator pairs Zizou with Paul Barnes and recalls accidentally killing a crooked seagull. What? Oh, there's one about my country's channel, Esbeth the Welsh channel, the last saviour from more pay TV. Over the past few months I've been learning Welsh, not intentionally. I've been attempting to watch Wales qualifiers for Euro 2024 and become fluent by accident. If you need Welsh for Luka Modric is in Ethan Ampadu's pocket, or oh no, Armenia have scored again, oh, don't start, I'm your go-to guy. My Luka Modric mocked Ethan Ampadu, or oh na, Armenia wedi scorio eto. Since you asked. Okay, fine, I use Google Translate. They're both correct, by the way. As an Englishman but well-wisher of the other UK teams, I've been tuning into the games on Esbeth. After spending your entire life only hearing John Hartson speak English, listening to him doing Punjabi in Welsh has been oddly impressive. As impressive as if he's done his summarising while performing a magic trick or riding a unicycle. Again, he's a lovely Swansea lad. During qualifying, UK viewers have had two choices: watch on Welsh language TV or shell out £15 a month for a subscription to Viaplay, which holds the domestic rights. I actually have Viaplay, but I've been watching it in Welsh on this better because the commentary's better. I do speak Welsh, so it does help. Willkommen, Herr Harry. After 19 years at Spurs, Harry Kane finally flew the nest this summer in search of silverware at Bayern Munich. He exclusively tells FFT why German football has given him goosebumps and why Champions League glory is in his sights. To be fair, lifestyle choices living in Bavaria is like awesome. Why you wouldn't want to do that, I don't know. It was a huge huge media spectacle in terms of star power. I'd only compare it to Keegan's shock Hamburg move. He's obviously having a fantastic time out there as well, isn't he? The other Brits at Bayern, Omar Richards, Dale Jennings and Alan McKinley. Oh, I know Alan. I don't know the other two. Harry Kane, the king of adaptability. Okay, here we go. 30 best British players abroad. Okay, so place your bets. 30, Bradley Wright Phillips, playing for New York Red Bulls in the in the USA. Tammy Abraham playing for Roma. He's obviously out for months because he did his knee. I think he's out until about February. Ashley Young, he's played for Inter. Chris Smalling still playing for Roma, but he's also injured at the second. Back soon. Ray Wilkins, Manchester United, joined Milan in 1984. Oh, look at the picture of Gaza in the Colosseo in Rome. Paul Gascoigne, 25, playing for Lazio. Steve Archibald, Barcelona, Scott. Fikayo Tomori, playing for AC Milan, 23, no 22, where are the numbers? Oh yeah, we're going up. Mark Hatley, don't know him, Milan paid Portsmouth $1 million for Hatley in 1984. Tony Woodcock, Nottingham Forest, went to Cologne. Jerry Hitchens, Aston Villa, and he went to Torino. Paul Ince, obviously went from Man United to Inter Milan. Graham Souness, Sampdoria. John Collins went from Scotland to Monaco. Kieran Trippier at number 16, Atletico Madrid. Jadon Sancho, obviously Borussia Dortmund. 14, Trevor Francis for Sampdoria as well. Laurie Cunningham was one of the West Brom's 3 degrees. First Briton to play for Real Madrid in 1979, winning La Liga and 2 Copas del Rey, before falling just short in the 81 European Cup final. Played for lots of other sides as well, like Marseille. Business end here. 12, Paul Lambert, Borussia Dortmund, the Scotsman. David Beckham only makes it into number 11 for Real Madrid, obviously, but then also AC Milan and Paris Saint-Germain and LA Galaxy. David Platt, where in Italy did he play again? Bari, and moved to Juventus, where he won the UEFA Cup. Owen Hargreaves, Bayern Munich, obviously. Jude Bellingham already in at number 8. Is such a sensational start to life in the Spanish capital. Glenn Hoddle, who played for Monaco. Gary Lineker played for Barcelona before moving to Nagoya Grampus 8 in Japan. Steve McManaman also played for Real Madrid in their Galacticos season. Did the dirty on Liverpool though, didn't he? Left on a free. Chris Waddle, Marseille. Number 3 is Kevin Keegan, Hamburg. Number 2 is Gareth Bale, Real Madrid, obviously, and the USA. And then John Charles. So the top 2 are Welsh, so I'm okay with that. Playing for Juventus. It's funny, Juventus fans, that they didn't put Aaron Ramsey in there, right? I feel like I'm going to get spammed with negative comments. I'm only joking. Yeah, Juve fans are not a massive fan of Aaron Ramsey, to say the least. Michel Platini said that if Glenn Hoddle and I, this is Chris Waddle, had been French, we would have both earned 100 caps. Kind of shocked they didn't really. Terry Venables was great because you could throw things at him and he'd try them. He trusted players with ability. Yeah, he was extremely able, wasn't he, Chris Hoddle? Oh, that's harsh. Spurs fans. Marseille was great. I played in the European Cup final. It wouldn't have happened at Spurs. Harsh. Where's Genghis Khan when we need him? Or Genghis Khan. So that's about Mongolia being out of the World Cup already. They went out to Afghanistan apparently. It's quite harsh when you think about it. Europe hasn't even had their groups drawn for qualification and Mongolia already out. This is quite a funny one. This one for the Scots. At first I didn't realise my goal against England only took 8 seconds. It may be an idol in San Marino and Scotland. My friends joke about it. They say 8 seconds is how long you last in bed. This is the story of San Marino scoring against England in 8 seconds. Poignant because they've just broken their own previous record and they've scored 3 international games in a row. They lost all of them, but it shows a massive, massive improvement. And this is an article then that leads on talking about quickest goals. So Hakan Şükür took the Turkish icon 10 seconds to score the fastest goal at the World Cup finals in 2002's third place playoff win against co-hosts South Korea. Roy Mackay of the Netherlands, Shane Long of Ireland and Gavin Stokes. 2 seconds in a junior match for Mary Hill against Clydebank. It's simple, just boot the ball into the net from the centre spot. Who needs tiki-taka? Gretna Green, a marriage that went wrong. Scottish border town, beloved by elopers, witnessed 3 consecutive, elopers, because you can get married there, like, something to do with, I can't remember what the story is with Gretna Green. 3 consecutive promotions to the top flight and UEFA Cup qualification, but by 2008, the Anvil suffered the early death of their benefactor as the club was liquidated. Son Heung-min's transformation in the new Tottenham. That's a pick of everyone's favourite, Ange. It's a really nice article actually talking about him being a pressing forward, because obviously he's moved position now that Harry has moved to Bayern Munich. More tactics, how Klopp makes Liverpool so potent after a dismissal. Interesting. Sending off usually means go to 4-4-1 and keep it tight. Klopp laughs at this concept. I think so does Ange Postecoglou. Sean Longstaff's importance to Newcastle United. His deeper starting role makes him tough to track and able to maraud into the box. I love many local kids they've got playing for them now. Newcastle. Don't only have English players, but they have them from Newcastle and Gateshead. Around the grounds, talking about Hibernian, Adam Lefondre. I thought he was out in Australia, or did he come back? Or am I thinking of someone else? Best and worst, Huddersfield Town. Is Aaron Moy talking about Australia? Shrimpers Salvation. Southend fans feared for the mismanaged club's existence in October, but a later takeover bid gave them hope. There we are. Andrei Kanchelskis. So, the thing about Kanchelskis that I'm pretty sure of is that he was actually Ukrainian, played for the Soviet Union, and then when they broke up, like many players, rather than choose to go to their country of birth, they chose Russia. So Valery Karpin, for example, was Estonian, and he chose Russia because the Soviet Union team, if you actually, I did this once to check, but I looked on Wikipedia. So if you look at, say, the Soviet Union team that won the European Championship, about 7 of the starting 11 are all Ukrainian. There are actually comparatively fewer Russians in the starting 11, which is not what would happen if, say, England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland had a team. They'd be 90% English, right? So you'd suppose that they would be 90% Russian, but actually, in the vast majority of cases, they were like 60% Ukrainian alone. This answers our other question. Al-Qaeda bombed Riyadh while I was out playing chess with the Saudi royal. The former Manchester United flanker recalls bust-ups with Alex Ferguson and being threatened by Uzbeki gangsters. That moment where he did that thing where he stood on the ball, did a little salute, and then ran off. Oh my god. So funny, but if I was on the pitch against him that day, I would have kicked him into the air. Oh gosh. This is, what's his name? Ryan Shawcross. I reached out to Aaron Ramsey, but he didn't want to talk. I had no problem with that. He had the horrific injury, not me. So basically, if you don't know, obviously I do as a Welshman, completely accidental. Ryan Shawcross, playing for Stoke, played against Arsenal with Aaron Ramsey, and tackled him, like I say, accident, and basically put him out for an entire year. We were worried in Wales that, because he was only about 21 at the time or something, we thought that basically one of our brightest ever talents, career was over. But he did come back, and obviously was amazing for Wales. And then I think when Wales started looking into getting more people to the sort of Chris Coleman era, where he was trying to get more English-born, Wales eligible players, they found out that Ryan Shawcross actually qualified to play for Wales. And the story that I read was Aaron Ramsey was the captain for a while, and then Cookie came in, Chris Coleman, and made Ashley Williams his captain, so he was vice captain, I think. And they said, how would you feel if Ryan played for Wales? And he said, I wouldn't play for Wales. So I think they never asked him to actually play, because he just hadn't got over the fact of what he had done. How did the criticism for your challenge on Aaron Ramsey, then at Arsenal, affect you? The only thing it really affected was my public persona. It wasn't me who had the horrific injury, so nobody would feel sorry for me, but people like to paint others in a particular way and portray me as a pantomime villain. That's football, and you can't choose the narrative of the tabloids. I reached out to Aaron a couple of times, and he didn't want to talk to me, and I had absolutely no problem with that. Mikael Beck. I got a bad bacterial infection. The doctors told me they considered amputating my foot. The Danish goal-getter on Bosman's bowling with Paul Merson and Burroughs Anti-Treble. And that is that for this edition. Do me a favour, if you really enjoyed it, could you click like for me, please? It does help to expand the, what am I trying to say? It helps to push this video to a new audience, so I would really appreciate that. Only if you liked it, though. And if you like what I do, like all the time, then consider subscribing, and if you've done that already, then maybe you want to join me on Patreon. Drop a comment as well, and let me know if you want me to continue doing this series on Reading 442. You seem to like the last edition, so hopefully, fingers crossed, you like this one as much. Okay, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care, sleep well, and I'll see you soon.